brings the boys to the yard. My G.I. Joe brings all the boys to the yard, and they're like, it's better than yours. Damn right.
Yo, yo! He'll fight for freedom wherever there's trouble. G.I. Joe is there. G.I. Joe, American hero.
Louder, Vic. Louder.
Oh,
G.I. Joe.
Actually, I don't even know if the audio's playing.
yeah, I thought it might mute us if we're.
Always there.
Well, they probably will.
We don't have anybody in the audience to tell us the audio's not working. I think I had to hit a special button to make the audio work.
G.I. Joe is the code name for
Oh,
America's
share
very
audio.
highly trained special mission force.
Share audio.
Its purpose, to defend human
Share
freedom
audio.
against Cobra, a
Oh,
ruthless
yeah.
terrorist organization determined to rule the world.
Here's my thing. So they blew up this ship, and these 5 people come running out.
Right out of the flames.
Is that Mr. T over there?
Mm-hmm.
No, that was Roadblock.
Roadblock.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for stopping by to Pop Culture Clobberin time.
Clobberin. Hey guys, how's it going there? Good morning, everybody.
Well, I've been working on this.
We got
I'm Jamie's right-hand man on the left-hand side.
it
You're
works.
the left-hand man. Left-hand man. Left-hand man. Left-hand man.
And you're my right hand man because you're on the right side of the screen.
I ain't helping you do nothing. Those bodies you're trying to bury, I'm not helping.
Believe me, if I had a body to bury, you're the first person I'm coming to.
Because I'm the one you're burying, probably. That's what it is.
I'm going to just tell you, make sure you dig the hole first. Because if you don't dig the hole first, you're out there digging the hole, somebody else comes by, you have to kill him.
You just gotta dig a hole, a
You'll
bigger
be
hole.
digging holes and killing people all day long.
Oh, my goodness. They say he'll have me dig it and then shoot me when I'm in it and bury it up. That's what you do. Gee whiz.
So far off the rails and really.
Uh-oh. Yo, Joe! Uh-oh. Is it me or you that's... Well, let me put my stuff on.
Google Chrome on your computer. What the heck?
We're under attack.
Hey, look, we got some people in the audience. Are we still live?
Good morning. Good
Good
morning.
morning, Ben Compton. Hi, Leah, Comic Bro. Let us know if we're still coming through. I just had a little glitchy thing here, and I just want to make sure we're live.
Hi, Leah. Y'all need to stop messing around and hire Jim Harbaugh.
What are you talking about?
The Raiders.
Coach? Who's he coaching for now?
He does. Tie the string together.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
So, G.I. Joe. That was in the opening. That was in the thumbnail. Al, what was your introduction to G.I. Joe?
First, let's talk about why we're talking about G.I. Joe.
Okay.
There's big news coming out this week that IDW has lost not only G.I. Joe license, but the Transformers license. So
I think that's one of the last nails in the coffin for IDW.
Well, they got other things that they do, right? I mean, what I'm looking forward to with this is that maybe they'll do a new storyline and, get rid of all the old. I tried to read the IDW comic books, but you don't see me like going, yeah, look at all my IDW comics, G.I. Joe.
Doesn't IDW do Yusachi Yojimbo?
I don't know, but if they do, it's kind of under license because Stan Sakai owns it. They do the ponies. What are the ponies? My Little Ponies. But that's a Hasbro license too.
I think did they lose My
Little Pony Transformers crossover one?
Yes, for sure.
Is the My Little Pony thing still going huge? I don't know.
I'm not tracking it. I don't know.
So you're not a brony?
I'm definitely not a brony.
J Hood Brony in the use. Brony Hood. It's the Brony Hood.
I managed to dodge that bullet with my daughters. They're not interested in it at all.
Yeah. What they like Star Wars and Batman?
No.
No.
That girl Lele?
No.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I don't want to. Anyways, go ahead. We're talking about G.I. Joe. We're going to talk about G.I. Joe. I'm not going to. Yeah, let's get to G.I. Joe. Anyways, with them, there's the rumor that they're going to be hitting it up with Skybound, right?
Okay.
They're going to be connecting with Skybound, which is the Walking Dead guy, Robert Kirkman. I'm sure he isn't going to write it, but, you know. So now, does this mean that we're going to have people dying left and right in our G.I. Joe? Does this mean we're going to have better written characters? Does this mean, you know, that people will start looking at it more seriously again? Or I don't know. I'm interested. It has piqued my interest for maybe, possibly, actually buying a G.I. Joe comic book in the year 2022, which I haven't done since, 1980 something? And you swing back to when I first got into G.I. Joe. I remember, I used to watch the cartoons, okay? Because my buddy, you know, when I moved a lot, there was a kid on the block that had a fishing tackle box full of these toys, right? And I seen Destro. Destro was the one that really, he was crazy. I love him, you know? I think Destro's my one dude that I have to pick up. I bought the toys that are just coming out. I bought the reaction figure of him, which people are hating on for some reason. And then the big statue of him, my guy picked him up. I think Destro's my man when it comes to the G.I. Joe. But I think the comic books themselves in the early 80s, that you can't beat some of those Mike Zeck covers. Yeah. Like the one cover where Destro and Dr. Mindbender have that mummy body and they're climbing up the stairs. That's odd. That's iconic in itself. I don't think G.I. Joe gets enough love when it comes to the old comic covers.
Yeah, they did have some good covers. I think, you know, what they pulled off back then to kind of resurrect that brand by doing the triple threat, the toys, the comics, and the TV show, the cartoon all at once.
No. Wait a minute. I said G.I. Joe jumped Sure. They jumped the shark. So what? It's a cartoon where they're shooting lasers at each other, man. Serpentor don't get no love. Serpentor does not get any love. I like Serpentor now. I used to hate him, but I love him now. It's like hating your stepdad when you're a kid. That's what it's like. Because Serpentor was that stepdad, right? That he tried to come in and was like, hey, I'm pretty cool. And like, no, man, you're not my real dad. You're not my real dad. And then, you know, all of a sudden he's like, this I command. Dude, he's classic, man. I love Serpentor now. He looks awesome. The figures, everything. That's what I'm looking for. I'm going to take me away from, you know, I like it better than the comics and stuff that came out recently that everybody's getting blown away and everything's so, his hand got blown off or something. Nah, give me that. Don't give me that. Anyway, sorry.
Gore Vidal, good to see you this morning. He's got to say here, I wasn't interested in G.I. Joe transforming except the occasional action figures. Maybe if Snake Eye was the main character, I would have read it. Didn't like the art, though. I mean, the art was a little bit hit and miss. And, well,
they started off with Herb Trimp, right?
Right.
He was the first artist that really, and, you know, he's kind of like a mashup of Jack Kirby and, Carmen Infantino, if you look at it. It wasn't my flavor, but I respect his stuff because he's done so much stuff.
They had some other artists touch it too, like you mentioned, Mike Zeck doing covers and Michael Golden doing covers and some interiors here and there.
Yeah, there's one issue in the early comics that was done by Russ Heath. Oh my god, I love it. That's one of my, this is how they should be because he came off of all the old Army books, you know. Could you imagine Joe Cooper doing G.I. Joe? That would have been killer, dude. A Joe Cooper a G.I. Joe comic book, I would have exploded. I would still be reading it.
So, Victor, what was your first kind of exposure to G.I. Joe?
There's a cartoon.
Yes.
So I was a little tyke.
So you weren't being like swept out of the house to go play basketball or something. You're able to watch the cartoons.
The cartoon, then they come on like after school. Like after school and Saturday mornings were the only times I got to watch TV.
Gotcha.
Every other time was a practice time or family watching TV time. So yeah, I remember the cartoons vaguely. I mean, not as much as I remember like other cartoons, but I remember them. G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, Fighting Cobra, G.I. Joe. I mean, they had a great theme song.
It did.
I mean, as far as theme songs go, it was great. It was catchy. It was memorable. The most memorable thing about the show, that and Snake Eyes. I still though.
Whoa, Snake Eyes in the cartoon wasn't anything, man. He was dressing up like Boy George.
No,
Come on. Here's the thing. Gore said it earlier. He said if Snake Eyes was the main character, that would have been like Boba Fett being the main character of a show. Like silent, but no. Snake Eyes is better, and the movie proves it. The movies prove it. This movie they just came out with, I haven't watched it because I have no interest in seeing. I don't want to see Snake Eyes' face. I don't want to hear him talk.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see him be the guy in the back. They're like, oh, what's he like? What's he about? And then like you never find out.
Yep.
He's just so cool.
He had a cool nickname. A cool name. That's all.
So you thought he was like, why isn't he a villain? Like Snake Eyes should be with Cobra.
I mean, So the first two.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Was he a villain or not?
Snake Eyes?
No, yeah.
He
was.
But and except for when Jay Hood got his first two figures, which were Flash and Snake Eyes, and then of course the black guy had to be the bad guy. Sorry.
Oh.
Wait a second. Can you tell me there's a G.I. Joe character named Flash?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he a track star?
No.
Yeah.
This kid.
He was the laser
gun expert.
Yeah, he was the laser expert.
I mean, before that, he didn't wear like a track outfit because they got the guy wearing the football uniform, the guy wearing the baseball uniform, another guy wearing the football uniform, and then the brother with skis.
Hey, Iceberg did not have skis.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Iceberg didn't have. It was Snow Job. Snow Job had skis. Iceberg did not.
Who was
Blizzard? Snow Job was the Chuck Norris looking dude in the snow outfit,
and then he got killed in like one episode, right?
That's Snow Job and Doc on the cover there.
Oh, really? Let me see.
Look at that. Number 11. See, that's a tight cover, man. That's still a good cover.
You said Doc.
Yeah, Doc's right there. He didn't show up in your reference as being one of the boys?
Yeah, Doc graduated from Harvard.
Oh, you read his bio card too and everything.
And even though he was a doctor, they kept having to work on some huge device. Was it the mass device or something?
Oh.
He worked on some device, even though he was a medical doctor, proving that he was more than just a patches guy.
All G.I. Joes are interchangeable. They're like, hey, we need this guy to know how to, grow plants and stuff. And then there it is. Oh, you had Doc, you had Stalker. He was a man Joe.
Roadblock.
Stalker helped form G.I. Joe.
Huh?
Stalker helped form G.I. Joe with General Hart.
Right. In the comic book.
See, he knew that.
And Stalker was also like
I knew he was one of the first Joes.
The way to get into Snake Eyes. And the comic book, that's the thing. That's what always kind of like, huh? The comic book was always different from the cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say the toys. Even though Larry Hama wrote the bios and the comic book, they still didn't mingle really,
Really?
Yeah.
See, that's a mistake, right?
Well,
they still sold millions of dollars of toys, comic books. So there's no mistake. Cartoon, you know.
So
it's like Batman. It's like Spider-Man now. There's a billion different versions of them, so it doesn't matter. Back then, they were the first multiverse. They had all the different versions of them.
So with each comic, essentially, they were trying to promote like a different toy. So in this one, they were promoting the snow job and his what do you call it?
Sled, snowmobile.
Snowmobile, yeah. And then
Yeah.
the glider, the Cobra dude in the glider. The glider was a big thing at the time.
Yeah, I tell you, yeah, I love the old cartoon commercials.
Oh yeah,
Those are so awesome, dude. I don't know why they don't do that today with comic books.
the other thing I want to mention just before I put this down, this is a pretty good cover, and I'm looking at the artist, and his name is Camp is the only name on it. I've never heard of this guy before, but he did a pretty good job on that one.
Probably a former like war book guy, you know.
Could be.
I'm sure they went a lot with that. Okay, so Gore's asking, oh, Nam. We didn't get to that. Nam, remember Nam, right?
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a couple issues of that.
It was good. I like Nam, but like I like wrestling. I like to know my guys. I like flamboyant characters, and I don't like my guys getting blown away in the 5th episode when you're like, oh, I like that guy. Why did he get blown away?
I think that was the whole point.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's what,
Sergeant Slaughter. I know him.
Yeah, well. And then there's and to clarify, Snake Eyes dressed up in a kind of like Boy George. He didn't dress up as Boy George, you know. So
okay, you're gonna have to like find that. We can put it in the show notes afterwards.
it was like the first appearance of like Shipwreck. It was that season. I think it was. All they did was like they had the mass device and then they had the weather dominator. It was kind of like which I love. I love those old 5 episode season. You know those were fun. I love those things, and I think they should do more of that nowadays. But they don't do that. They don't know how to run G.I. Joe anymore. But that's just me being an old crabby nostalgia nerd. So
all right. So what? I was all in on comics, the toys, and the cartoons. I think I had to like watch the cartoon through like a fuzzy like weak signal from Chicago or something like that. Because I
Channel 9.
Yeah, at my house we couldn't get Channel 9.
Whoa, I got it all the time. I was happy.
Like on the other side of town you could get it.
So you didn't watch Bozo Show?
Yes.
So when I was younger, yes, because we had a taller antenna that could like clear the trees and get the.
How many times I almost missed the bus watching Bozo Grand Prize
game. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show the comics that I've held on to. I used to have the entire run from 1 to I don't know, maybe 60 or something like that.
Really?
And I don't know. One day I was just like, I gotta get rid of some of these comics, and I gave them to my cousin, and so he got everything I'm not showing here.
And now they're like millions of dollars.
Yeah, they are. Well, hundreds.
But I think we are primed for a rebirth, rejuvenation of G.I. Joe, though.
I think this was actually the first one I picked up off the shelf.
Did it come with those autographs?
No, I had to get those much later.
Number 3, is that the biggest number you got?
Yeah, yeah. I did have a second print of number 2, which is kind of the more expensive version of number 2. And I did.
Now, who's the artist on this cover? Who's the cover artist there? Doesn't say.
Can we look?
Yeah, it's right there.
Rip it open and
Milfram?
I tell you.
Milgram? Al Milgram.
Hall and Milgram?
Oh, wow.
Oh, Bob Hall and Al Milgram, okay.
Al Milgram's always been like the inker, you know? You can tell they were like, hey, just do this cover.
All right, so that is who these people are.
Stalker,
yeah.
Snake Eyes,
Hawk,
General Hawk,
Scarlet, because of course she's got red hair. Rock and Roll.
Oh, yeah, he's got the yellow beard. And that's probably Flash next to him.
This looks like Flash. I don't know if we can identify those.
Grunt. We'll just say Grunt and Who's the other guys? Grunt and
They got 4 guys in the background that all
Clutch. Probably you got Clutch. He was the
Probably.
driver.
Bazooka. I'm sure.
No, Bazooka wasn't there around then.
Yeah, he was. He was one of the first. Yeah, he was.
No,
he was one of the first
Bazooka
ones.
was not the first guy. It's Zap. I say Zap was the first Bazooka guy.
Okay.
You want to go, bro? You want to go?
Is Roadblock in the comics or the cartoons?
Both.
He's in both. Roadblock came. It was like second season or third season, because they would come out with new guys. That was another thing I loved, is like getting the new set of toys and looking at the back and just seeing all the new guys that were coming out.
That was half the fun.
That's pretty cool.
That's Herb Trimpe looking really, really Jack Kirby in that one.
So, who was the guy that Roadblock hung out with that they said was just a comedy duo?
I don't remember.
They called him the Abbott and Costello of G.I. Joe.
Look at that. Stalker gets
I thought that was
major FaceTime.
I think that was Bazooka and Alpine that was kind of like the Abbott and Costello.
Yeah, that's Alpine.
There you go. Look at that. Number 21, the silent issue, right? The one that they.
Oh, yeah. That looks familiar. What's special about this issue? I've seen it lots of places.
It's the silent issue.
They forgot to print the words.
They didn't forget. They ran into a time crunch.
So I heard otherwise.
So
does it work, or is it just a gimmick?
No, it works. It's one, and it's also the first appearance of Storm Shadow, the kind of the anti-Snake Eyes. They're long lost brothers, and they fight each other. And of course,
they're not brothers.
I think brothers. They're connected.
No. They were like in Vietnam together, and then Storm Shadow went back, and then to his clan, and he was a ninja. That's another thing. I don't know the ninja stuff. I love Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, but making Snake Eyes a ninja,
I like the ninja stuff. So this is the 2-part kind of origin story of the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow stuff.
Yeah, that's still cool. That's the dossier.
Talk about your great covers.
Oh yeah, see, they were all together.
I think can't find it, but I think this one froze up there. I think this one is Michael Golden.
Oh yeah. Oh, there's another Michael Golden later on. It was a newer like Cobra Commander. And the way he would draw guns, man, I was just like, oh, look at that fake gun he drew. It's so awesome. Looks like something out of Star Wars. There's the Golden. That's Golden for sure.
Yeah, the reason I kept this is for the Golden cover, and then he's the one that did the story in this one too. And then
you got the yearbook. Yeah, this is Zach. That's definitely Mike Zach. That might have been Mike Zach earlier that you were showing because that looked more. Man, I have no Mike Zach. He's still around, doesn't he?
Yeah, he pretty much just does shows now and pays us an arm and a leg for autographs.
Yeah. Well, he probably can't draw as the way he used to. That's the one thing about art. Man, once you start getting those cramps in the hands, it's like, whoop.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you got to pay your dues early so you can get that con money later, Well, not anymore. Now you just go with a bunch of prints and set around and
I'm intrigued by G.I. Joe now. I mean, because I'm, military. And one thing I knew about the military was I did not like the discipline to be in it. Okay? Or have the discipline to be in it. Because my thing is, they say, all right, Keaton, go take that hill. I'm like, why? And because, I'm not just doing something because somebody tells me to do it.
Don't worry. They worked that all out of you during training camp.
Even though they try hard to recruit me in the Air Force.
Oh, yeah.
Took the ASVAB test to get out of a half a day of school, right?
Mm.
Apparently, I can take a test pretty good. I got all branches of the military recruited me. I said, I'm 6'4". I can't fly a plane. Oh, we got new cockpits now. You can be up to 6'3" and be able to fly a plane. Biggest lie the Air Force ever told me.
So, Coach Vic, what would you be if you were in G.I. Joe? What would be your specialty? What would be your action figure and what would be your specialty?
My specialty would be killing them with comedy. I don't know. That's a good question. If I were in G.I. Joe, what would be my specialty?
Yeah, what would be your gimmick? Because they all had gimmicks, you know. They all had their gimmicks. You had Dusty, he was a sand trooper, you know. You had Ace, who of course was, you know, the Top Gun. Look at that. It's the shell of the.
I've got all the parts, but
Nice.
and you can't tell what, man. It's dirty. It's really dirty, and then it's also really kind of, I want to say it's kind of grayed or yellowed.
Sky Striker, is that what it says?
Yeah, you can almost see on screen the difference in the color between that and the body. They used to match.
Does the landing gear come out? I mean, don't try it because you might break it.
It should. It's a top switch. There it came out.
Yeah, it's spring loaded. The landing gear comes out and the wings spread out.
Nice.
Man, there was no beating the feeling of like the
No way.
toys, man.
I would be the guy with all the connections. I know somebody in every town and be able to get you wherever you needed.
Well, back then you could get anything, man. Back then you could do it. It wasn't today like you can't find certain things. There wasn't exclusives and all that. You could just go to Kmart, go to Target.
I'm talking about my character.
Oh, okay. It'd be called Hookup.
There you go.
Hey, Hookup.
I like it.
Joe.
Matter of fact, that might be the idea for my movie if we ever do it.
Dude, you would be like the guy that they. Oh, what is that?
I'd be like the guy in Shawshank that could get anything.
Oh yeah, like Red. Was it Red?
Red, or like Chris Rock in The Longest Yard.
Well, what was the character? Not the character, but they have him in actual military, where he's the guy you go to and you get your boots and stuff.
The commissary.
I guess you better know than me. Well, he would be that guy.
All the other stuff. All right, so I got.
What would you be, Hood?
Yeah, he puts it in front of me.
Yeah. And
they call you Joker.
This got all my old Star Wars and G.I. Joe stuff.
This is gold.
Hey, there's the poster.
Wow. What poster? Let's see.
Well, hey. The poster I did for the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, those are awesome.
So you can mail that in and get it.
Yep.
It's good luck. Shot, right?
So this was like one of those mail away.
Yeah.
Things.
Oh, for Duke. That's old.
Yeah, that was Duke on that cover, not Hawk.
No.
Wasn't it?
No, Duke didn't come on until later.
Okay.
He's like in the 30s, like late 20s, 30s.
For it, so you have to get a response. Why are you grabbing? Got a box full of stuff. He's grabbing the smallest pieces he can find.
Well, like I told these guys right before the show, I didn't realize don't pick those up until I started.
This up. It's a heck of
it's super funny.
Through this box before the show, just how fragile these rubber bands are.
Channel broke.
Yeah, this is the way most of my figures are going to be now.
Well, I got some rubber bands if you need that, like actual O-rings for that.
So you can see how the rubber band had stuck.
Is it fused?
It's not fused. It's just so old it lost all flexibility and broke.
I used to break the thumbs off because I'd have them trying to grab stuff and it would just pop the thumb off.
I'm not going to try and twist them back around.
Quick kick.
So will you twist him and he kicks?
No, you twist him and his rubber band's going to break.
Lady J, Lucy. Look at those legs. I got it has nothing to do with it, but I found a visionary figure, and I picked it up, and it's like you could tell that his rubber band's on the outs. There's Breaker.
Clutch.
Sure?
Yeah, Clutch had the black beard. Breaker had the brown beard.
Oh,
Clutch is, I think, one of my favorites. Along
why?
with this was my other favorite.
Oh, Mutt.
Yep.
Junkyard and Mutt. Yeah, you gotta love they had the accessories when they came with like animals or.
That was the thing, man. They had so much stuff in them. That really was the charm of them. There's your stalker.
Stalker. Wow, you got them. You got the crotches or no?
Yeah, they're all in here.
Let's go.
Be grabbing those crotches.
Yeah. What was that?
Make sure to grab those crotches.
Remember what that guy's name
Torpedo. Man, you really don't care about these toys, do you, Ace? Why don't you give them to me? I'll take them. I'll give them a better home.
Fully intact.
Yeah, this one was my brother's, I think. I don't even know what his name was.
That is hit and run, I think.
I'll take your word for it. Yeah, I mean, like you said, half the appeal in these was
you could play
how much stuff came with them.
So when did you stop getting the toys? Because they had each season had new set of toys, you know.
Yeah, I probably lasted a good 3 or 4 seasons.
I loved mail order stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I loved when you could get the proof of purchase and the flag points, and then you could order away for stuff. Oh my god, I got the hooded Cobra Commander. That was always a blast. He's I don't know, man. There's just something. It's nostalgia. Let's just say it. Like,
could you imagine this stuff like a subscription service though, where you got like 5 new characters or 5-6 new characters every few weeks?
I mean, that works for adults, but for kids, it doesn't.
Yeah, then take them about 2 or 3 weeks to get through some characters.
Well, I mean,
they do that pretty much with like Matty Collector did that with He-Man for a while. And then the Super 7 kind of does that where they,
I still love this vehicle. I'm sitting here looking at it, just how cool it is.
This is another thing. Have you guys ever played Halo?
No.
No, okay, you're too old. Never mind. Anyway, as youngins, we used to play Halo. And I always wondered why they never made a G.I. Joe versus Cobra like shoot 'em up game, where you could pick the different troops and stuff like that, and they never did it. And I think it's such a missed opportunity. Beautiful. Oh my goodness, the color forms. Yeah, you got all the stickers?
No, this is just the booklet that came with it, the little kind of pamphlet thing.
Those color forms are awesome. Yeah. Oh, dude, you know what I love? I got them laying around somewhere. Are the old fold-outs that has all the figures on it? It's like the menu, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the buffet menu of what you can find and what you can buy next.
Don't tell me, get these cards.
Oh, you got the bio cards? I should go get mine. I got a whole bunch of them.
Somebody's parachute.
Yeah, for the Sky Striker.
Oh.
Wow, you still got the parachute?
Yeah, I've got everything for that Sky Striker.
Wow, that'd be like $2. All the that's a newer thing. I don't think that was original.
For those blueprints?
Yeah, they're blueprints for each vehicle. This was cool.
It's like an 88.
It's kind of obscure. They never really. I don't remember them ever using it in the comics or the cartoon or anything.
Oh yeah, the battle armor. They had that in the cartoon.
Did they?
Yeah, that was like in one of the first. It was when Snake Eyes got radiated. I don't know if you remember that. They were getting the stuff for either the mass device or whatever. And they had one of those battle armored robots come in, and he had to fight it.
Here's the vamp. I totally forgot about these blueprints. I'll have to scan this.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Make copies. What is that for? Oh, that's the vamp. Yeah. Now, did Clutch come with that, or did he come separately?
Yeah, Clutch came with it.
I'm telling you, you guys can reboot this. Who is this guy?
Well, they're rebooting it anyway.
Is that Bazooka?
That's Bazooka. That's Bazooka.
Yeah, you're right. I was thinking of Zap.
Yeah. That was like in tan. That was like all the figures were just like, we'll just give him a different head. Snow Job. There you go.
That's Arctic Trooper.
That's his job, but
Firefly
underneath there.
I love Firefly. Yeah, Mutt. Yeah, it's cool.
The big dog handler.
Yeah, this is one of my other favorite guys.
Oh,
What's
his name? Airborne.
Airborne, yeah.
Second Street Marvel popped in.
There he is. Thanks for
Doing
stopping
the
in,
rock
man.
and roll.
We're just going through my box of G.I. Joe stuff.
This isn't a G.I. Joe, but I just want to show you the dangers of a loot like worn out. Like he's kind of, well, he's not so bad, but his rubber band.
Yeah, my figures are either loosey goosey or they're broken.
Ooh, nice.
Cobra
Pulling
Commander.
that out, the Cobra Commander, hooded Cobra Commander, which I don't know if you can get anymore. Like I think they stopped making hooded because of the. There you are.
Cobra.
Storm Shadow.
So, what picture are these from on the back, or is it just you cut them out of something?
These were the blister cards, the packages. So, like the guy was like right here, and the blister was.
Okay.
So that means all the cards are gone. There you go. The main man, Snake Eyes.
That's the second Snake Eyes that came with that wolf.
Yeah, Timber. I tell you, can't hold a movie. Can't hold a movie though.
I mean, The Rock couldn't even make it work in a movie, right?
Yeah, well, the second G.I. Joe it was a tad bit better than the first G.I. Joe movie. How hard is it to make a G.I. Joe? Look at their face, yeah. I don't understand how hard it is to make a G.I. Joe movie. A G.I. Joe video game. I mean, just saying of that. Like, Lego proved that you can take a franchise and just do cool stuff, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I'm with you on the video game. It doesn't make any sense that they've never done that.
Yeah. Think about that. All the different Cobra Trooper outfits. And like you got my favorite, the Crimson Guards, right? Remember the twins? That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Zartan, you'd be able to turn into different people.
They can even give it the Fortnite treatment and make it free. You just buy all the skins that you want to use.
Fortnite. Hey, that's from Battlestar Galactica.
Yep.
It's a Doggett or it's a Daggett.
And the main man.
Bubbles Fett.
Bubbles Fett.
Bad Bod Fett.
I've got.
Wait a minute. Why is these guys' helmet on? I never see him with his helmet on anymore. He comes out of the box. He comes out with his helmet.
If these figures weren't so fragile, I would go dig in for my telescope.
One by one, he'd go through them.
Do you have a telescope and lightsaber?
There's Junkyard, yeah.
Yeah, I've got a
Is this Hawk?
That looks like Falcon from here.
Yeah, that's
Falcon. Man, I'm too good. I don't got my glasses on, and he was holding them, and I still seen Falcon, man. Unbelievable.
Are Hawk and Falcon related?
Nope. It was Duke in the cartoon. It was Duke and Falcon.
Oh, okay.
It make more sense if it was Hawk and Falcon. That is
the stanky leg.
Grunt. That's Grunt, right?
Yep.
I think it's. Has he got a swivel arm or is he straight armed?
This is straight armed.
Oh, those are worth way more.
I know that's one of the original ones right there.
Yeah.
He hasn't broken yet.
If you got the same figure with the blonde hair, that's Hawk. And you were dusting off you were playing with the oldies. There he is. Cobra Commander. Torso.
Yep.
Cobra Torso.
What's that?
This was the Cobra communication.
Televiper. It was awesome because, like in the cartoon, the the word he was saying would go across his visor backwards.
Hmm.
It was silly. It's stuff like that, you
No
know.
job.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks like Snow Job. You can make yeah, that's
Airborne.
Airborne. You don't have a deep six, do you? Because that was so awesome getting those. Hey. You just hear the pieces. That's horrible. Poor figure. Tunnel Rat. All right. Tunnel Rat
I'm
was one of my favorites.
amazed at how you know all these characters.
Dude, I'm Bane on these things. I grew up in the Joe. There's Major Blood. Is he missing his arm?
No, it's
No, it's picking his butt. Waving off a fart. Hello, mate. And I used to draw a parody comic. There's Firefly. Parody comic cartoon about this, so I know a lot of them.
Yeah, he's had a lot of exposure to him.
Yeah, they exposed them to me at a very young
That's not a
age.
helmet. That's a crotch. The thing is, these looks like a lot of these crotches were emasculated.
Oh my goodness! Damn, what are you doing? There you go. This is what a figure looks like now.
So
That's what they look like now. It's barbecue.
is that the new 6-inch one?
They look like 7, right? 7 or 8. I don't know. I don't have a measure. Tape measure. Yeah, that's why I just went and bought a bunch of tape measures, and I still can't find them when I'm looking for it. Unbelievable. I think my Flint, man. You know what I used to love to do? I'm sure everybody did it. Unscrew them and swab their heads up. You know?
I never did that.
Well, sorry about your
never
luck.
thought about it that hard. I guess.
Wow, land speeder.
Yep. One of
Broken.
the original Star Wars toys.
Is the spring still working that? Or you can make it.
I don't want to try it, but as far as I know, it does.
Throw it against the wall, see if it sticks together. Let's blow up your toys. Was it the Ram or something? The motorcycle? I forgot what they call it. Keeping it together. The top of Jamie's head's awesome.
Oh,
That is 3PO. There you go. He was in charge of Cobra too, right? Why is his hand missing?
It got played off, man.
What were you doing gnawing hands off?
Oh, this is an original 12. You know, the initial 12 figures. This is one of. I got him and Luke. Were the first ones I got.
Roadblock.
No, there you go. There's Roadblock.
Closer. That's Roadblock, right?
Yep.
Ha ha.
It looks pretty toy. Looks like he never been played with. I wonder why it's never played with.
I wasn't gonna say anything about how it like has all its working parts, no problem.
Yeah. It's like it's still pristine because he never played with him.
Oh, so I don't remember what these are from. So when your mom,
yeah, that's like core, isn't it?
Yeah,
it's like
mom
something.
cheaped out on the villains and just got me like the generic villains.
Well, you didn't have any. You had a trooper and an officer and Cobra Commander. That was the original 3 that they put out.
Oh well, I got a Wampa in there. I was looking for the front of him.
Time to sell them. You probably get $2 a piece of them.
This is amazing.
Well, I showed him, I think.
Yeah.
Well,
Pat him later. You're gonna
most of the
watch him. Watch him. He'll be patting the dog.
I'll have to go through and find all their crotches.
Connect the crotch. Can you identify this G.I. Joe crotch with his figure?
Oh well. Yeah, I can get that out of your way.
So, do you have any hope, like as a comic book collector, do you have any hope for the new series that's coming out that will be?
It's one of those things where if I hear good things about it, I might pick it up. I won't
You're not
be
even
in
going
on
to try
it.
a number one. You're not a number one guy.
No.
That's
I mean,
big.
I got lots of number ones.
I mean, when I think about G.I. Joe and comics and my history with them, I remember the original ones fondly, but they were what they were. They were advertisements.
Yeah.
I never got the who had it before IDW.
Yeah, Dark Horse had it, right?
I want to say it's Dynamite, but that's not.
Dynamite had it.
I don't think so. But yeah,
I think IDW all had Dreamwave or DreamWorks or Dream.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So who has the rights now?
Nobody right now.
Hmm.
Nobody.
So they'll land with somebody, but like Al said, the rumor is it's going to be a Skybound at Image.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Skybound is a part of Image.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So it'll be interesting to see if they continue with the storylines, new universe. Who knows? Like how dark they'll go, because I know people love the darkness. They'll be like, "Oh yeah, Duke slept with his mom, and then he blew off Cobra Commander's his brother." You know, they love that junk. That's the one thing that threw me off of the movie. It was like Cobra Commander and Baroness were brother and sister, and then Duke was dating Baroness at one time. And it's like, you can't do that, man. You gotta be like, they're specialists. This is like Mission Impossible, right? You bring in the specialists that have never met each other before. Anyways, crotchety old man, get off my lawn. Like, G.I. Joe is not hard to pull off, but they have made it hard. That's one thing, creators get in their own way sometimes. I don't know if it's creators or if it's just the license holders. They were like, well, I want it to be like this, and then they try to make it like something else. Like, I know the G.I. Joe movies, we want it to be like Iron Man, so they put him in those stupid suits and then they disappeared. Dude, it's simple. Make Aliens, make Predator, but put in G.I. Joe guys without killing them. You don't want to kill them. Make a not Hogan's Heroes. Make Hogan's Heroes. That'd be fun. Like Kelly's Heroes and stuff like that. The old movies where there's a group of guys that are, all have their own personalities and they're fighting a war. Oh my goodness. It's not that hard.
No time for sergeants.
I mean, they could do with G.I. Joe, they could do what Marvel's done with their Marvel Universe, where each movie would spotlight different characters that would cross over and things like that.
I don't think that would work. No, you can't. Like, they tried it. No, this is what their problem was, is they were trying it with Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes was going to be the first, and you can't.
They need to understand their characters and property. That's where they failed on that. They just didn't get what the charming thing was about Snake Eyes, which is he's mysterious, and we don't want to know
that's what a lot of people do nowadays.
Every bit of his origin. We don't want to see his face, like you said. We don't want to hear him talk.
Yeah. And if you do see his face, it's got to be gruesome, right? Because we're taught I don't know. If you're gonna, this is another thing. It's kind of like if you were gonna recreate Superman, would you keep Clark Kent? Why keep Clark Kent? Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Just get rid of that nasty bathwater. That's their chance here with G.I. Joe. Keep the characters, just make them fresh. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to have Snake Eyes, and like in the cartoon, it was Snake Eyes and Duke. It was Duke and Scarlet. They had the like, "Ooh, I love you" type thing. In the comic book, it was always Snake Eyes and Scarlet. And then, like, here's your chance to do like a thing where, because Snake Eyes is like, like, he's out of the mix. He's the guy in the back, but maybe I don't know. I'm just saying that it's a chance to do new stuff. You don't have to be tied down, but please do not. I know, was it Dreamwave or whatever it was that brought out the ones I read, that they would bring in these new, like, characters and then give them the old person an old name.
Hmm.
You know, like they get, oh, Mainframe, you're the new Mainframe. Like, no. If you're gonna create new characters, create new characters. Don't give someone that if that guy is dead or retired, here's your chance to unretire the stuff, make it fresh. You're not bogged down by any continuity problems. And just go for it, man. Like if I gave you G.I. Joe brass all of it, and just like you do what you want to do. If you want Flint to be the first guy, and you want Hawk to be in there, oh, he's got to be like General Hawk now. He can't be just Hawk because the names, that's another thing. Like they lost the rights to the certain names. So
Oh, really?
yeah, like Hawk has to be either General Hawk or Tomahawk.
How do they lose the rights to the names?
Because they lapse. They let the license lapse. Because every time you go to get something, you got to get the license for it, copyright for it, and then it expires after a certain time of inactivity. So,
well, how about this, Al? Would you be down for a whole new group, a whole new team, but they just slowly sprinkle in the old members, as in, because they might have progressed as far as rank is concerned.
Oh, you mean like Star Wars Force Awakens?
I'm not saying Star Wars nothing.
Yeah, that's what it would be like. Afterlife, Ghostbusters Afterlife, where we have to just give the old characters, make them where they're at. You can start them fresh again, or you can just make it to where they're already there, and then you bring in a Kitty Pryde to explain everything to. You can do that. So you got a Kitty Pryde, and by Kitty Pryde I mean the everyman. Like, hey, this is how the team works. This is what these guys are. That's what you got to do. I think. Are these the new figures? No, are those the little ones that are coming out, or
these are the 6-inch? As far as I know, that's what popped up.
Okay,
but
they're going to start bringing them back out on flat cards instead of in this packaging. I heard that they're going to do like old bogusness, but hopefully they, no, those are those ones you can. Yeah,
these are the ones that are already out.
Mm-hmm. I've been picking up the reaction figures, they're the little ones, and they're based off the cartoon, so I actually kind of identify with them more because you got like the Destro from there. But the only thing is, it's funny because like the original G.I. Joe was the game changer from the Star Wars figures, and this is like taking them back to the Star Wars figures, So it's like, what if G.I. Joe was like Star Wars? They look better to me, but they're not as playable, right?
Which did you guys prefer, the comic or the cartoon?
As far as like stories and tracking the characters and stuff?
Yeah.
Probably the comics.
Oh, yeah.
I love the cartoon. I just like the cartoon. I don't really like, that's, I know all the rigmarole. Like, Falcon is, Duke's boyfriend and all that stuff. But, I don't really, they're both their own thing. Like, I like the way they did the Serpentor in the comic books. And I have fun with the way they did it in the TV show. I mean, where else are you going to see Sergeant Slaughter fighting a guy that was genetically made? You're just like, we took all these dead people and we put it into this new body. But in the comic book, they took some juice from Storm Shadow, who they thought was dead, and then everybody thought at the time that it was Storm Shadow's body, but it wasn't. So there's some cool little things.
Corvidal still with you says, I think Chris Evans and Ryan Reynolds should play Snake Eyes in a movie. In a film, whenever he takes off his mask, he is either Chris or Ryan. No one of the stories sees difference.
I think that not taking off a mask is important because it's like you're never going to live up to like that. Because in the comic book, Snake Eyes, his face was supposed to be like like it would make you plots. You know, you'd be like, "Oh my god!" I don't know how many guys like jumped off a cliff after they seen his face.
Really?
But in the cartoon, they never said, "Oh, he's he's mangled. He's a mangled dude."
I think that when I compare kind of my feelings on the cartoon versus the comics, I think I saw the cartoon as more kiddie fare. There were no stakes involved because these Cobra Troopers were worse, snipers than stormtroopers were. You see laser blasts going all over the place, and they never hit nothing.
Well, I don't care about that. Like that's like the MacGuffin, right? It's kind of like, oh, they're doing like it doesn't matter. People getting shot doesn't matter in these shows. It's not about that. It's about the adventure and the characters themselves and the personnel. I mean, you probably don't remember the shipwreck stuff where they gave him false memories and like.
I vaguely remember that
the
stuff.
synthoids and stuff, or he had this whole different family, and then he had to watch him melt, and it's just like, whoa, that's pretty. Like they had some deep stuff in these cartoons besides like, oh, yo, Joe, let's go, they had the one where Duke was almost killed a couple times, but he was in a coma, and Dusty was undercover as a Cobra agent and stuff. That's some deep stuff. That's some fun stuff, man.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah, you are. You just said it. You just said the comic book's better. I Fox News you, man. Like Jamie Hood says the cartoon can't live up to the comic book.
If I really love the comics as much as, like to that level, I would have kept them all, but I didn't because I thought they were just like, okay.
Well, when it gets past a certain number, yeah, but the early ones, man, you got some good comic books though. You got the earlier stuff, like when they do Serpentor, when they kill off Storm Shadow from the beginning, some great Mike Zeck covers. But then when it gets later, when it's like Ninja Force and stuff like that, that is just like, that's like they changed the food in the cafeteria, and you're like, "Where's my favorite sandwich?" I don't know. Here, eat this garbage. Okay, it's healthier for you. See, that's the thing. When the '90s hit, G.I. Joe. Well, here's the thing: if you watch like the documentaries on this, it's because they got rid of a lot of the dudes that was in control of G.I. Joe. So it went from being like, we're still doing military stuff to like, hey, let's give them flying pizzas. Let's do Toxic Avenger stuff. And it was horrible. I remember they couldn't do guns to make them look like guns. They had to be big and red and shoot little missile thingies. And I remember Destro had this big pimp collar. I mean, it was just, I don't know. And the figures sucked after in the 90s. They just went so downhill. And again, angry nostalgia guy. That's probably it. I'm like, well, this isn't as good. I mean, it's like Transformers, because Transformers went from being die cast to like garbage plastic, Anyways, Vic, what's up?
All right, so I gotta ask about the fridge because I was the fridge for Halloween when I was in middle school. Okay.
Sure.
I mean, I'm big, I'm black, I got a football jersey. It works.
Is that part of the Super Bowl shovel?
Yeah.
I'm big, I'm black, I got a big old spoon.
He had a mace with a football
on it. Yeah, that's cool. Come on, man. It's cool. Wait a minute. Okay, what do you want him to do? I've got a gun.
No, just run into folks.
Huh?
Just run people over.
You gotta have some kind of weapon.
Make them indestructible. Just run through people.
I mean, like we were saying, half the charm of the figures was they came with so much stuff. Gear.
Here's the thing. 80s. What do you remember the 80s? G.I. Joe, He-Man, Transformers, Thundercats, wrestling, Hulk Hogan, Macho Savage, man. I'm telling you, man, we got big characters. We had an actor in the White House. You know what I'm saying? It was all big, man. Miami Vice, man. I've been watching Miami Vice, dude. Dang, man. I wish
I
I
guess
could go
you're
Knight
right.
Rider, A-Team, all that stuff. This is what we're talking about. We're talking about big characters, big, broad characters.
I mean, even Michael Knight.
Mm-hmm.
I just saw
Anyway.
it on TV the other day.
He's talking about the cafeteria food.
Yeah. I tell you, they were called Fiesta pizzas.
Fiestadas, where they were.
Cindy Lauper, man. Can't forget Cindy Lauper, okay? That's the type of thing, the type of music that was hitting then, man. You had Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, okay? I mean, the real I mean, I know rap came out in the late 70s, but it was the 80s. I mean, you had DMC. Oh my goodness, come on. Hello, Cool J. You had characters, man.
Eric B. Rakim.
Good morning.
Yeah.
On the line. Thanks for joining us.
Rap was so good back then.
He had all these characters, and that's what G.I. Joe personified. It was just like, look at these action movies. We had Rocky, Rambo, Commando. We had all this crazy stuff. That's what G.I. Joe is about.
Rocky.
You want to get boring and have them in like, hi, my name is Ron, and I got a gun. I don't do anything. Yeah, Cindy Lauper. Yeah.
Captain Lou Albano was her dad in the video and in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I love that stuff. You can't. That's why G.I. Joe worked, because they weren't afraid to do. They need to make G.I. Joe 80s action movies, man. We're talking all the top guys. You know what I mean? That's what I wanted in a movie. I wanted Stallone, Schwarzenegger, Norris, get Apollo Creed in there, man. I'm telling you, that would have been awesome.
So you basically want the
Exterminators.
Is that what that is? The Exterminators?
But they're
no, it's
not
Expendables is what it's become.
The
I don't want the
Expendables.
That's what I'm saying. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Like, Gore's got it. He knows 80s is the stuff, man. 80s, people forget that. It's like when people complain about the 1966 Batman show. Like, oh, it was corny. And it was like, man, that was art. That was art from, you know what I'm saying? And people yelling about Jack Kirby, too. Like, oh, that's garbage. It's like, dude, you don't go up to a Picasso or a Rockwell and go, that's garbage. Because that's the way that guy did his stuff, you know? Like, look at Jamie Hood's art. What this supposed to be? You can't. That's all subjective. You know, anyways. And it's about time that people look at comic book artists as that, artists. It's like Herb Trimp we're talking about. It wasn't for me, but the dude had his style, and he was, you know what I mean? Give me a break.
That would be something I would actually like to go see. Is if somebody did like an art installation with like, you know, like I guess all y'all's comic book heroes, but like artists, and just have like, I mean, it'd be all reprints, of course, but just walls and walls of reprinted comic book pages, splash pages, covers.
Well, there's a lot of existing art, and sometimes they do have big studio, not studio, but
and a lot of artists
museum displays and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. There have been a few museums along the way of just comic book art.
Oh wow!
But I'm sure they had a Kirby display where it's just like, look at what Kirby did here and how he uses the thing. That's what I'm saying, man.
Problem is we live in the sticks, so we don't never find out about these things.
And if we do, we have to go to Chicago and pay all the big money going to Chicago takes.
It's like when we sat here and go, they should make a show where there's two vice cops and they're undercover and they're always getting in these situations. It's like, yeah, it was Miami Vice. When did this come out? Huh? When did this happen?
Well, I'm with you on the larger than life characters from the 80s. I never really thought about that too. I mean, even wrestling was so good back then because it's so ridiculous.
Wrestling's good now. Come on, man. Wrestling's still good. Not WWE. AEW. You gotta watch AEW. They're good. They're bringing all the goodness back. I understand what you're saying, but that's the thing. People, you know why there's no more big characters in movies? Well, there still is, kind of, and or if they are, they're made into jokes. You know what I mean? Maybe in the '80s, like certain characters, like Machete. Okay, he's serious, but he's a jokey character. That's because we're ashamed of that. We're afraid of that. We're afraid of being that broad,
Well, I think the real reason is studios are scared to take a chance on anybody that's not The Rock.
I'm not talking about actors.
No, when you talking about
I'm not talking about characters. No, it's the fact that
this movie if we can get
talking
The
the
Rock.
taste of the people. I'm talking the taste of the people.
Oh, okay.
We got it's like everybody loved Howard Stern, and then now it's like, oh my God, he's a shock jock. We can't because we go in circles.
Chase or
you know what I mean?
You
We're like, oh, I want to be shocked, and now we're like, oh, I'm too prim and proper now.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is eventually I call it balls deep theater will come back. All right. the Arnold Schwarzenegger Rocky movie. Well, not Rocky. Rocky was always good. Well, the '80s Rocky movies. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Those will come back. The big grandiose characters, the John Wayne acting style, which The Rock does. The Rock is the same dude in every movie. He's bringing it back. I think The Rock's bringing back balls deep theater, kind of.
So now we're going to say The Rock is Denzel Washington.
No.
Good morning, Comic Kid 84. We're mid rant, so.
I mean, everybody says Denzel plays the same character in every movie. Denzel.
Oh yeah, all actors do that. That's why because we love it. It's the remember berries. It's like, was he playing like a special needs guy? I don't want to see Denzel Washington some special. I want to see him as the guy from Ricochet. I want to see that. I used to watch the hell out of that movie.
That was a great movie. King Kong ain't got nothing on me.
I'm just saying, we'll get to that. But right now we're kind of like, oh, I'm so embarrassed. I don't want to. Like the last Rambo movie wasn't as good as the one before that where he like pureed people. Okay. Mm-hmm. Because he was still like, oh my God, I'm gonna save the world. That's what you need. We need that guy. So if they made a G.I. Joe movie where it's like, take him to Predatorville, or like they have to go and fight this new, or but I don't know. I got something on my throat. A G.I. Joe movie, it's like Mission Impossible. Hey, Mission Impossible's doing that junk. They're doing the balls deep thing, like, oh, we'll have this, and then he's on this. Like, make G.I. Joe like that, but have like you bring in different guys, like we got Roadblock today, and if he gets, that's pretty much Mission Impossible became.
But Mission Impossible,
it's nothing like the TV show.
Mission Impossible gets okay because they got Tom Cruise.
Right.
I'm telling you, they will only do that type of stuff if they have a headliner.
I get that. But I'm just saying, when they do it. Mm-hmm. If that's your case there, that last Snake Eyes movies had no headliners, and they still made the garbage. Okay.
But you said it was a horrible movie.
Yeah, they still made it. They had no headliners.
Okay.
Your point is that it would only get made if it had a headliner. That's not the case.
Snake Eyes was a headliner, but they misinterpreted the character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Actor-wise, it had no headliners. Like, there was nobody on there. I was like, hey, I know that guy. There's Ryan Reynolds as Snake Eyes. Or there's Chris Evans as Snake Eyes. There's no headliner. The Rock is Snake Eyes.
Black Panther was the headliner for Black Panther. Mm-hmm. Until then it became all about Chadwick Boseman. Which they need to recast Black Panther, but go ahead.
Well, they just make a new Black Panther. Make someone else Black Panther. It's fine. That's what. But what I'm saying is, G.I. Joe should not be a hard movie to make, but they trip over their feet every time they go to make it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because you know why? They're ashamed to go, yo, Joe. They are.
Yo, Joe.
Well, they barely say Avengers Assemble in an Avengers.
Yeah,
movie.
because they're ashamed. That's why costumes in movies are pinstriped. Like, I have a black suit, but I got this yellow thing that this is from my actual comic book soup, you know. And then the like Scarlet Witch was like, oh, this is our Halloween costumes. Then it's accurate. And they always make this is I know this is a new rant. They always make the costume that they would wear in the comic book like look so buffoon. It looks like Captain America in the first Avenger when he was doing the thing and he was wearing the comic book accurate suit, and you're just like, they made that look bad on purpose. Like there is a way to not make it look so goony. You know, they always put him in like a spandex, like the end of Spider-Man, the new Spider-Man movie when he goes swinging and he puts on like just straight spandex, and you're just like, ooh, like you know, like would you want to wear spandex in the? No one said that it was spandex. You know what I'm saying? Nobody said Batman's out there running around in spandex. Nobody said this stuff. It could be like dyed sweatpants for all I know. But come on, guys. Jeez.
Straight recasting Boseman is understandably tricky, but I think the best solution is having a variant take on the mantle in our MCU to please both sides.
Ooh, let it be Michael B. Jordan. If we're going the variant route.
Well, it's
what everybody wants. Like that's what I thought they were doing with What If, where they were gonna bring in the variant and make him a good guy, and then he comes to this universe and does that. I think they should make a Black Panther or a Wakanda TV show and then do it in the TV show, because then people will digest it.
Well, they are doing a TV show, basically. They're doing what are they calling the TV show?
The Dora Milaje.
Yeah.
The Bodyguard.
Okay, maybe we'll do it in there. That'll be in 2025, 2026.
Right.
I could ask you about other stuff. You probably wouldn't. You were like, I don't never heard of that. And it's coming out tomorrow. But, you know, the Black Panther thing, I was like, oh, I know when it's in. I know who's casted it.
Hey, I know about everything now.
You got those subjects. You got your subject. Like, nope.
You got your lane.
You got some tunnel vision, baby.
I can tell you about it.
Tunnel vision.
All right. I think
anyway, did you see this before we head off? Did you see these? Look how huge that is. And I got this one too. These are in the Walmart packs. You get these with the comic books.
Right.
Horrible comic books, I might add. It comes with Fortnite comic books, DC Fortnite comic books, called 0 Point.
Yeah, 0 Point.
This name, what the living hell? Who came up with 0 Point? I'm going to come up. I got a comic book. I got a movie that's called 0 Point. So why should I watch it? 0 Point to watch it. Who came up with this? This is like, I want to make fun of I got the baddest name. I'm called Butt Licker. I'm like, what? What are you? Like, that's a cool name, right? I mean, whoa, lick your butt. No, that's not what that means. You're gross. Get out of here. That's what I'm saying. 0 Point. I don't get that. There's 0 Point to that name. And I'm freaking tired. Okay, I know DC did it first, but Marvel's doing it now. Marvel's like, hey, buddy, we got to the fighting goal line before you with this multiverse stuff. I am so tired of Crisis on Infinite Earths. The original one was fine, but then after that, they're just like, boom, 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 boom. Every single thing. The new Flash movie I hear is going down. You guys are late to the parade, man. You're behind Santa Claus now. Like, where'd everybody go? It's like they show up and everybody's just cleaning up the streets from the party that just came. Oh, well, we got this. We got Michael Keaton here. Okay. And the comic books are still in Crisis on it. They're just rocking it, man. They're just like, well, this is multiverse, and then this guy, man, get on.
Did you hear what the big DC event is in April?
What, 0 Point or 5G or whatever it is?
They're killing off the Justice League.
I don't care. Go ahead. How many times they've died? They've each died like 20 times a piece.
I think that's the whole point. I mean, Wonder Woman just died like a year ago. They brought her back, and they're going to kill her again. So
who's writing this? The G.I. Joe
totally
guys?
don't get
I think Hasbro and Paramount got together and went, when's make a Snake Eyes movie? We'll kill Batman. Perfect. Kill Batman. It's so, it gets me when they say that that we have too much history in comic books, that's why the new readers can't come and like, oh, I can't book this book up. I don't know where I'm at. It's like, well, if you keep rebooting this junk, you're not gonna get that. And here's my answer to that. Dragon Ball Z is probably one of the longest running mangas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, people still love it. People are still eating that up.
That so, One Punch Man.
You guys are BS, man. Huh?
The manga is some of the best. It's the best-selling comics out there.
Right.
Well, in part because everybody's trying to get all the old stuff so they can catch up too. I think. Because like,
there's a lot of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of it too.
The wheel's already been invented. These guys are like putting like, oh, I want to make it where it goes this way and comes up. I mean, they're driving on like, the Slinkies or something. They want to be, look, it goes up and comes down and goes down, goes up to loading in pairs. They just, DC comic books. I'm sorry, man. That was funny. Okay, so my nephew comes to me and he wants to do comic books, right? And I'm like, you're not going to make any money out of comic books. The main guys don't even sell like even 100,000 comic books at all. If Marvel and DC ain't gonna do that, then an independent book is gonna be a coaster on a table somewhere.
Why are you stealing this man's dream?
I'm trying to get him to realize what I was dreaming about.
Yeah, it's been Al's dream too.
It's my dream, and I had to come to the realization you probably make more money on prints or commission work, whatever. But
or in Jeff Schultz.
Goodness gracious, like no wonder. But this is the thing: when I'm going to the comic shop today, and I'm going to look at the comic book shelf. Okay, and I'm looking at the 80 Batman books. He's banging Catwoman on each cover. Robin's there. Oh boy, this is exciting. We got the 80th Mr. Miracle being depressed storyline here. We got what was it, Mr. Terrific, getting seduced by Adam Strange's wife or whatever is going on. I'm behind the times on this. Everything's got to be gritty, man. You can't have a good time in comic books. There's no good times because everybody wants everybody to be dour. You know
that's a good time, don't you? Strange Academy.
And that's another thing, man. Just give me Doctor Strange. I don't need to have like, oh, this is a Harry Potter world over here. I don't care, man.
Guess you wouldn't like Strange Academy either.
But this is just like a big plate of crap, and they just throw it against the wall, and it didn't stick. Damn. Well, put it back. You know what? They don't get new crap to throw against the wall. They just put it back on there. And it's like, soon, one of these days it'll be sticky enough. One of these days it'll be hard enough. It's going to stay up there. That's all they're doing. I don't know if it's the creators they got now, if it's the freaking guys that run the place.
It's totally a lack of editorial oversight.
There's no vision. Their vision is in the past. I mean, do it over. Let's do this over, guys. If you're killing Batman, I don't want to see Bruce Wayne again, man. I don't want to see Bruce Wayne again. Make it man.
I think somebody posted something the other day. I think it's the top 40 comic books that sold for the past month. The top 40, all of them except for like 4 of them are Batman books or something like that.
You know what? We should I think I talked about it last week. We should push our ideas on here. We should reboot the stuff and how we want to see it done, and like come to waste our time completely. I want to waste our time completely, just like DC does. If DC can do it and put so much money behind it, we can waste our time and go, hey, this is what I would do with Batman, or this is what I would do. We should do that just to, like, excuse the expression, jerk ourselves off like DC and Marvel is doing. I want to know how much fun it is. Like, geez, these guys, what are you doing? Hey, look what I learned. Train monkeys, man. That's what they're doing. I don't know. I'm done with these.
All right, maybe we'll do that for a show coming up.
Who do you want to? There's so many characters in the background, but because they can't push them, right? I'm still waiting on the latest Blue and Gold to come out. I have not seen it, but I've been told because of the paper shortage. Huh?
I think it came out this week, didn't it?
Oh, it probably did when I didn't go. Let's see. Jamie, are you working on the box art for the race crest?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh-oh. He's got that NDA. You can't talk about it. Can't talk about it.
Oh. You can see over Victor's shoulder. He sees all the reference for the.
Oh, the Razor Crest. Oh, okay. I see it too.
Good morning.
Is he gonna come with a little baby Grogu?
All right. Can I ask one last question?
Sure thing.
No.
So we can wrap this up.
What?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Is the only difference between Danny Rand and Oliver Queen a bow and arrow?
No, there's more.
Yeah,
no,
there's a lot more.
Oliver Queen had way more stuff.
Way too skewed by the TV show.
Yeah.
I'm even the small. I guess both of them.
You TV show basic, man.
He might be, but he didn't like. He just survived on an island. He didn't get trained by assassins or anything.
He wasn't trained by Ra's al Ghul?
No.
Oh.
Sorry to break it.
Dude, what I tell you, man, they just was like, well, we want to bring in some Batman stuff. So let's do that. That's all it was. That's why you can't trust these. They've been doing it since the first superhero show. Like, well, we can do this, but we can't have them doing this. We gotta make them more real. Like putting the original Wonder Woman in frickin' like a jumpsuit with a collar and stuff. Well, fans, I don't think that's why I'm glad we're kind of broken down the whole, like, I don't think normal people would know what they're doing. They wouldn't understand this. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But yet then they put Batman with nipples. They give Batman nipples. Because the people wouldn't understand if you just had him running around beating people up. They wouldn't get it. Woo! That's it. I'm telling you. I can get okay. It's like all these. Look at all the superheroes that have come, like from the 80s and the 90s. Mm-hmm. There was always that, like, oh, they wouldn't get a guy from the future that came back to make money off of the market and be a superhero, Booster Gold. Oh, they wouldn't understand that in a movie. Like, yeah, they would, because they like Back to the Future and Terminator. So there's that kind of thing. There you go. That's a TV show.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Give me a TV show, Booster Gold. Comes with a guy that's a schlub. This will be a comedy too. Oh my God. Mm-hmm. You can get Ryan Reynolds in it. Ryan Reynolds. Get Ryan, get Chris Evans. There you go. That grinds my gears. Family Guy grinds my gears. Anyways.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this thing up.
We got to take it to a minute 30. We got to take it to an hour 30 because this is 23. I don't like this odd stuff.
You can't land on an odd number?
No, we got to go up to 30, man. We're hitting 30 and cutting.
All right.
If we're going 123, we're going 130.
These were Happy Meal toys.
Yep. They had Taz was the Flash. Wonder Woman's a pig.
Yep.
That's body shaming right there.
Oh.
This is
the Iron
Man. Batman was
somewhere.
Daffy Duck. I think I had Daffy Duck because I was a Batman mark.
Rehashing for the latecomers.
Django.
What's his helmet doing on? Well, let's talk about this, guys. Let's talk about this. Let's talk about some Book of Boba Fett. Dad Bod Fett. That's what I'm calling it. Dad Bod Fett. That's Dad Bod. I don't mind it, but that,
Yeah. All the rubber bands broken, these guys.
Yeah, Dad Bod Fett. The rock and roll, the mod guys on the Vespas.
That was bad.
I'm not even going to talk about how he put Roadblock back in the box. Let everybody else stay out here on the table. Roadblock
Yeah.
back in the box.
The back of the box too.
Unless Stalker.
Yeah, Stalker.
Yeah,
Stalker's actually the guy that doesn't rap or rhyme the whole every time he talks.
Yeah, what's up with that? I thought Roadblock rhymed.
He does.
That's right.
Yeah, Roadblock's the one that's like, I'm gonna get you. He's like Dolomite, but clean. I'm all right. Clean Dolomite, which is not good. Bad nipple. Yeah, like what the hell with those nipples? Nipples, bat nipples. That should be that's new. The new DCEU movie is bat nipples.
Bat nipples.
Bat nipples. That'd be better than that Batgirl stuff they're popping out with. I'll take the Batgirl, but if they do a Supergirl show, if they do a Supergirl movie with the one that they got in the Flash stuff,
Michelle Benoist.
Huh?
Michelle Benoist. She plays Supergirl.
Oh yeah, I'd rather have her than the one they got in the movie, the Flash movie.
They got Supergirl in the Flash movie.
Yeah. You don't look at the footage, man. What?
There's footage.
Oh my goodness!
I just think this Flash movie is gonna be horrible.
Well, they're coming late to the party. I'm telling you, it's the parade that pulled up after the real parade.
They've been working on it for like 18 years now, I feel like.
Yeah.
Ezra Miller's been cast as Flash for like a decade now.
Yeah. He's going to be erased too because it's the rumor, spoiler rumor, is that it's going to erase all the Snyder stuff. It's Flash pointing that. So they're going to new 52 the DCU, which that went over well in the comic book. Let's do this.
When's the Black Adam verse take over?
Dude, it's a whole separate thing, man.
Okay,
which comes first? Black Adam or Flash? Which movie comes out first?
I would imagine Flash because it's been coming out forever. Because Black Adam comes out next summer, doesn't it? And they might move Black Adam next to.
Oh, I read Tales from Jabba's Palace so many times. I love that book of Boba Fett. You see that monk brain in the jar next to spider body, 10 out of 10.
It's just it's the clean bikes and the inspector gadget.
So Star Wars is the place where you go for the slow chase scenes. You got it in the one of the sequel movies. You know, which one was it?
Talking about reboot, we should reboot those prequels, man. Oh my goodness, those prequels. People, this is how bad the new movies are. Is that they like the prequels now? People love those old prequels, even though they're garbage.
Just finally coming to an understanding of the joy and beauty that is J.J. Binks.
Now, what it is that if all you eat is big garbage thing of poop all the time, and you're just eating. That ain't so bad after a while. That's what it is. Like, well, that's all you're getting. I guess I could live with that.
I'm going to go back to that other poop.
Yeah. But this new one is like, look, we got more poop. Look.
I am blessed enough to be able to deal with Star Wars and Star Trek, any given day at work. But as much of a fan of it as I am, 25% is good, 25% is watchable, and the rest of it's crap.
Right. I got Star Wars, Empire, maybe Return.
I mean, if you re-edit the prequels together, there's a good movie in there somewhere. If you re-edit the sequel movies in there might be a good movie in there. But I don't expect perfection out of the Book of Boba Fett or anything else they put on.
Well, that's the thing. I like Book of Boba Fett. It's just those. I want to complain about the pullback
Vespas. They're terrible.
And I don't like the mods because I see that and that looks too modern when this is supposed to be set in the 80s. This is still in the 80s. If we're going off of
if
we're going off the Returns, this is like 5 years after Returns, or how many years after
building
Returns?
up to, right? Though,
huh?
3 more movies?
No, they're putting all this cybernetic stuff on screen so they can bring back Darth Maul. Because in the cartoons they brought Darth Maul back, and like his lower body is like a robot.
Yeah, but he died again in the comic cartoon already.
Yeah, but I'm sure they want him to make an appearance in the movie somewhere or on screen somewhere.
He got splissed again, but he's gonna go back a third time. He's like, it's hey, he's the Black Knight from,
like they said.
He's Monty Python's the Black Knight. It's not only the flesh wound. It's merely a flesh wound. All right, we're 130. We can dip.
It's really a black dude.
There you go, Jeff Schultz. Yeah, episode 1 is those are the 2 good parts in episode 1. All right, look at that. We've hit the 130 mark, so we can let these poor people
go. Leave. Oh, we're going on. We have to stay to 140 now. Oh. You had to keep going.
We will bring this train to the station.
Woo-hoo.
Thanks for joining us here, everybody.
Be the chosen one.
Gorbadal, aggressively relaxing Jeff Schultz, Comic Kid 84 was here a little bit earlier. Thank you guys for sticking around with us this morning.
Yo, Joe.
Hit the like, leave a comment.
Subscribe and share it too. Don't know why, but share it to somebody.
Yeah, make them watch a 2-hour show about us talking about and watching Jamie's head.
Tell them to skip to about an hour in, and it starts getting good.
Well, it's always good when Vic's here.
There you go. All right. Well, we'll sign off like usual. Remember, keep your priorities straight. Faith, family, comic books, and we'll see you next time, guys.
Yo, Joe!